Okay, moving on with this. One thing, too, that will go with is fakes. And these guys, I think, are two of the best at these, both great shooters, and fakes are a huge part of that. They have the ability to control the ball on their stick, just catching and throwing. I knew that was going to come. We're working you hard. Moving the ball, controlling it in your stick, and then passing it to their partner. So they may fake high, and they may throw a sidearm pass. They may fake a sidearm pass and carry it high. And sometimes it gets really funny when you're trying to catch the other end of it because you never know when it's coming. Or you may fake, like maybe a fake flip. They may fake the flip, pull over. So this is all a result of these guys being very comfortable with their stick. Comfortable in the way they're handling it. Wherever they want to move it, they have the ability to control it. And we'll do this in practice, and we have some fun with it as coaches. We may make up different things that partly are fun for us to watch, especially our defenders try to do it. But Caitlyn may come out and say, okay, let's do a fake flip into a fake behind the back into and around the world. So we can show you, and this is extreme, fake flip, fake behind the back into and around the world. So I think being creative with what you're teaching, creative with the ideas of things you're throwing out. And I'm pretty safe to say there won't be a single defender on our team that'll run down the field, fake a flip, fake it behind the back, and then around the world it to an offensive player. But by practicing it, our girls are gaining confidence. They're gaining confidence with the ball in their stick, confidence with their stick on all areas. So whatever situation they're in, they're able to control the ball. Okay, now we're going to go through some stick tricks. Now these, we can't promise they're going to be perfect, but they're ideas of things for you guys to try. And again, have fun with. And maybe you go to practice and you work on the basics and the stuff that we all just went over for a while, and you throw in a different stick trick a day. And that's something that the girls, what's going to happen, you're going to go to water break, and you're going to have people that are still doing them on the field while you're at water break or while your team's having a break. Just because they're fun and the girls want to be challenged to see if they can do them. So let's start with one hand between the legs around the waist. So just, again, working on wrist strength. This is one of my favorites. Your hand's still held where it is, and they're whipping it around their waist between their legs. So they're not stepping, it's just kind of going through. Or they're going around their waist. And this is what I teach at camp. We tell them, I know you guys can dance. Like our girls, you like to shake and bake here. So we're going to flip your hip a little bit and flip it on the other side. Flip it through their legs. Just have some fun with this. All controlling the ball in one hand. And you can go one-handed around the world, which is what Caitlyn and Alex just did, through the legs, around the way. Whoop. Do that one in slow-mo. Yeah, and slow-mo might be a little harder. Again, where you're going between your legs this way, and it's flipping over the top. So this is, again, something you're probably not going to do in the game. But as you go through, but we've seen between the legs goals scored, because again, sometimes you have a defender on your back, and you're right here, and you can just drop the ball through. And that's a nice look at some levels. I'm with you. So this, again, fun. So we call this game a little one-touch. Have a little fun. See who can do it the longest without the ball hitting the ground. Make it a competition. They're not cradling in between. They're supposed to keep going. You could do all between the legs first. You could do all around the waist first. You could do all between your legs and over your head. But the girls are going to have a lot of fun with that. Okay, let's go on to another one. Which one do you want to do? Okay, we want to hit it off our pole. So again, these guys like to play this at practice too, to see how many hits they can get in a row. You might need some more balls. So the idea behind this is watching the ball hit your stick. So two hands on the stick, they're flipping it up and they're punching out at it. So they're hitting it out, hitting the ball between their stick. Once you get it once, and that looked perfect. Sometimes you self-pass like that. That's good too. You try to make a game out of it. And maybe give yourself some space on the field because you never know where the ball's going to end up. But these guys enjoy messing around with this too. See who can get the most in a row. Maybe you'll give them 4 minutes or so. Who can get the most taps in a row without the ball hitting the ground? Your highest might be 2, and that might be realistic. Even 1's probably successful. And then just resetting and starting again. Now let's go to one-handed hitting it. So flip it up and bounce it off the bottom. So this is something your guys can work on their own individually, where you throw it up and you tap it to yourself. But again, hand-eye coordination. Watching the ball hit the stick and sending it over to your teammate. All right, one of these guys' favorite. I think it's Alex's favorite, actually. Going up 2 hands, and you're going to drive up and flip it between your chest. So their 2 hands are choking up on the stick here. You're driving up and flipping it between your arms. I know, Alex is like, I know you're going to make me do this one. So you're up, and you're throwing it out. This is my favorite, which is why I just threw it into the demo. Nice. And this is fun for the girls to try to see if they can get it off the ground. I mean, that's the biggest thing here, because a lot of times it's going to bounce straight down. So you're working on snapping it without hitting yourself in the head. Side note, don't hit yourself in the head. And getting your legs into it where they're bending and shooting through. Good. And this could go into backbreakers, which I know you've seen some of those fun highlights in the men's game, but the women can do it too sometimes. I'm just messing with you. We go up and through. So again, controlling. Our pockets aren't naturally made to keep the ball in the stick, different from the men's. But with the right technique and sending it through, these guys can get it going toward each other. And this is, again, something that's fun to mess around with. I am 100% sure you're not going to do that in a game. But fun to do. Okay. Oh, you guys like the figure 8 under the shoulder pass. Yeah, they like that one. This just looks cool too. We're holding one hand on the stick. Go ahead. You can see how Caitlyn's making a figure 8 and then coming through under her shoulder to pass it. So a lot of this is controlling the ball in your stick. So with the 8, for you guys sitting here, is coming here, the figure 8, just like that. Controlling the ball in your stick. And then they're coming up and over. Here. Just stuff to mess around with. Or they could do this one too, where you pick it up in your stick and spin. Because these are stuff you guys can work on individually as well. Picking it up off a ground ball. Heads up. Occasionally we'll throw a ball into the crowd to see if you're all listening. So these are fun things, whether you do them with your group individually. We do a lot of stick work at our camps, and just find that the girls really have fun with this stuff. And then we'll see them in between breaks trying it, or coming out and asking our Maryland players, how do you guys do this? Can you show us this one? So again, these are just things that just really continue to emphasize having fun with lacrosse. You know, putting the fun in it, because again, the more they enjoy doing what they're doing, the better players that they're going to develop into.